We are live at the NFL Combine. We have offensive linemen doing what they do. Very, very excited. Very excited for this one. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, guys? All right. So this is a athletic group, at least this first group. We've had some really good times with the 40. Right now, we're getting the down block and the around movement skills. So essentially, what they're doing here is you want to see how they explode out their stance to down block. And then with the down block, they're simulating basically like a pull or like a little pull around the down block. And they want to see you cut and get upfield. Some of the things that they're looking for in these particular drills is footwork. They want to see how you can explode out of your stance, what your pad level looks like, and then at least for the down blocker, for the guy pulling around, they're going to be focusing on that right foot. They want to see what that pull step looks like, and then to see what the pull step looks like, and then how quickly you can get upfield. So this is center guard right here. They've been doing guard tackle. They want to get a better split. So that was actually nice work right there by number 7. Not sure who number 7 was. But it's hard to see, obviously. It's not the best camera angle here, the wide angle lens, but we're going to get it done. Number 10, Kellen Deesh from Ohio State. He's someone that I like for the 49ers. I could see him being a fit, especially for depth at tackle. So he's number 10. I think this drill will be representative for him to see what that step looks like. Get a little hop. Would like to see the hop go away a little bit, but overall not too bad. There's some guys that are balling here, at least that I have my eye on for the 49ers. I think Cam Jurgens, Brandon Thorne's been big on Cam Jurgens. He's a center from Nebraska. He was the fastest offensive lineman in the first group, running like a 4.91, I believe. But this is a pretty good group. It's a pretty good group. I think you got Fortner, number 16. Again, I'm on the hunt for centers and guards. And if I'm looking for an offensive tackle, I'm looking for a guy that can be had probably for 4th, 5th, 6th round. Seems to be a sweet spot for the 49ers at times for targeting guys. A guy that I had no clue who he was coming to this combine was number 30, Abraham Lucas. He's offensive tackle out of Washington State. Just in warm-ups, I could sense, I could tell by the body type, he was an athlete, he could move. Not only that, but he was walking around like he wanted to punch someone in the face. And that kind of stuff strikes me from a body language standpoint. I like my offensive linemen mean. You don't find those too often. Offensive linemen are typically, big, happy-go-lucky type guys. And so if you can find a mean, nasty-looking guy, here comes Lucas right now. I like that down step. So, again, he's an offensive tackle, but I actually see him being potentially a guard in the NFL. Oh, I really like that step. Oh, he moves. I really like Lucas. out of Washington State. I've never seen him take a single snap. I haven't seen Lucas take a single snap as a player. But, again, based on what I'm seeing from a traits perspective, I can't wait to put on the Washington State tape and see what he plays like with pads on, because I see the movement skills, I see the traits, I see the ability. Now I want to see how it translates, obviously, with contact and how he works with the unit. But so far, I'm loving it. So West, or not West, I think West hopefully is going to be with the second group coming up. But there are some guys with this first group that I could see the 49ers liking. Um, so I'm in heaven right now, getting to watch all the big uglies do their thing out here. Um, I believe Cam Jurgens led the group with a 4.91. Kellen Deesh is a guy that I like. He ran a 4.92. What's his name? Lucas, that I was just talking about, out of Washington State, ran double 5 flats. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. But if you're getting around sub 540 as an offensive lineman, that's good stuff. So I'm loving this stuff, man. This is stuff that I used to do every single day as a former offensive lineman. So what we're getting right now is they are going to be executing pass protection. It looks like the bag, aka the fender, is either going to push outside to replicate outside speed, potentially a bull rush going head straight at you, or cutting it under for a counter move, and they want to see your reaction. They want to see what the kick step looked like. There you go. So you got to see the bag. He showed threat outside, comes back inside. They want to see what that back kick step looks like. Out of how explosive are you, and how can you counter off that? If we would, as 49er fans, oh boy, as 49er fans, who've watched a lot of Tom Compton in pass protection, I would say Tom Compton suffers. It's probably one of his weakest points from a technique standpoint, is keeping balance while in his kick step. He tends to get high, gets a high butt. And if you get someone with power and speed where he's confused, or not necessarily confused, just doesn't know if he's going to get outside speed, or a counter inside, or a bull rush, you can see offensive linemen get in their own head based on what they're going to get. And then once that is occurring, the defensive lineman is essentially one, because you're just guessing at that point what the D lineman is going to do, and he's got the full advantage here. But this is a really good drill to replicate pass protection for offensive tackles. Guards, okay. Centers, a little bit. But I think this is primarily a great drill. This is Kellen Deesh from ASU, a guy that I like. I like the wide base. Didn't really have a violent kick step, but it wasn't bad. Just took out a coach on the end of that. But I didn't mind that. Thank you for taking care of the bots for me, man. Or wait. I think they're gone. But those bots are crazy, dude. Those bots be wildin'. Do you get bots in your stream? Dude, I got racist bots one time. Normally it's like weird, like sexual stuff.
Yeah.
But I got some racist bots. Oh my god.
I had to pause my entire stream for a moment to address. Yeah, I don't know whether it was a person or a bot, but something popped in and it just made me uncomfortable. I had to talk about it.
Dude, it was before I had mods, and so and it was like around, I think, the NFC Championship or around playoffs. So there's a lot of people in the lives, and it was, I couldn't keep up with all the comments, and then there was the spam, and I was like, dude, it was wild. Anyways, hey, what's up, coach? What's up, coach? Hey, coach, you watching the offensive line out here? Who you like? Dude, I'm loving number 30. I'm still learning his name. I just learned it today. Abraham Lucas, man. but there's a lot of ballers out here today. I think this is a great offensive line group, and again, this is only half of the offensive line. So there's some guys that I like in the second group. Zion Johnson's coming up. He's probably going to be a first rounder. He's one of the better offensive linemen in this class. I think he's going to be a guard, but he has the ability to play center and develop as a center. This guy, Braxton Jones, I have no idea who he is, but he ran really, really well on his 40, so he's going to be a guy that I want to look at a little bit further. Again, this is Cam Jurgens, fastest offensive lineman in the first group. Oh, yeah, you like Abraham Lucas? Yes, let's go, coach. Lucas is the one. I don't know what it is. We connected instantly. It was a cosmic connection. Oh man, I love it so much. Yeah, you're vibing on him too. Let's go. He's up right now. I want to see that kick step. Again, little slide, not a violent kick step. But again, I don't think that's too much of an issue because I see him as a guard, at least just on pure body type alone and kind of what I'm seeing here. But dude, I think I see the dog that he's got in him, man. He just looks angry all the time, and I like that. But yeah, Abraham Lucas. I'm glad we're on the same page there. He has not gone yet, but he's huge. Falalele, or I'm of course going to butcher the name per usual. But he's a massive human being. I believe he's out of Minnesota. But running back, they just brought the running backs onto the field. So I would imagine there's going to be a couple more drills with the first group. Then we're going to get the second group of offensive linemen running through the drills, and then it transitions to running backs. But I'm excited to see some of these running backs, man. I'm really excited to see how James Cook tests. I wish I did a little bit more work on the running backs coming in, but I'm really, really excited to see who catches my eye here, and it's going to force me to go back to the tape and see who's balling. I imagine Trevor Penning is going to be with the second group. He's not in the first group, so Fortner's a guy out of Kentucky that I don't mind. Again, he's another guy that I haven't watched on tape, but I know of him, and so I wanted to. Who's that? Get that guy out of my stream. Security. Is there security? No. Okay. I just want to make sure. Fortner, I actually do like. I think he's going to be a potential target at center. I can see him, at least from a movement skill standpoint, be able to be a zone blocker. Okay, but this is my thing. So I need to watch more of Kennard, but just my my zone bias, just based on body type, I'm not positive that he is a scheme fit. He looks a little slow, a little lumbering. I'm not sure he's twitched up like I want my tackles to be. Honestly, if I'm going to be trying to find the next tackle of the future, I want to try to find a tackle that's got some twitch to him. With all these defensive ends that continue to just get more twitched up, I don't need more size. I need more speed. I need a fast quick step. I need fast hands. I need someone who can change direction on a dime. With these types of speed rushers that they're throwing at you, wave after wave after wave, I want someone who can get up and move. All right, I'm back. Apologies. I'm running hotspot Wi-Fi off my phone to get this live going. So I'm back. I'm back. Just know I'm running hotspot off my phone. So there is a chance I will be out. But yeah, Fortner just went. He looks good.
Oh, Burford looks good too.
I like this drill because I think it's strongly representative of switching on stunts, which is imperative, especially in this league, being able to switch on stunts. We saw a lot of we had a lot of success with Brunskill and McGlinchey on stunts, and then once Compton came in and got settled in, they were pretty good on stunts for the most part. Yeah, we got Justin. It's another two grouping. So this is the first group of offensive line. We have the second group of offensive line getting warmed up. So I imagine Wes is going to be out there. Shout out the SDS squad. Do me a favor, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. There's another offensive line group coming. Let's see what else we got. My McDonald's Wi-Fi followed me to the combine per sources. Here we got Jurgens. Again, I did a little deep dive on kind of who this guy was a little bit and found out that he could windmill dunk as a freshman in high school. So if you're looking for an athletic center, that's probably the guy you're going to go with in this draft. Again, I don't not mind Kennard. I think he looks like a freaking beast. He might be a half a step too slow for me though, based on how I try to identify tackles for zone schemes, especially with how much movement we do. But if there is more integration of power, maybe that could be a fit. But I don't know. I'm not sure I would see Kennard necessarily being a straight scheme fit. Shout out Hendricks. Bro, Hendricks been telling me for like 2 weeks to check out Bo Melton out of Rutgers. He came out, ran a sub 440. We see you. But yeah, man. Love watching these offensive linemen get after it. So typically what I'm looking for, I guess I could start with center. center in the zone scheme. I need someone who's got great first step quickness. I want to see them because you're going to get a lot of opportunities where you're going to get outside shaded defensive tackles, and you're going to have to really be on your horse to get that first step and beat him to be able to get the leverage and reach block. So with centers, I really want to see that first step quickness. I don't necessarily need to see long speed, but I do want to see that short area burst. Again, this drill that they're doing right now, they're just trying to see, can you change direction and can you keep your feet apart? One of the cardinal sins as an offensive lineman is bringing your feet together. Is one thing that Mike McGlinchey struggled with quite a bit in 2020, but it was something that he really cleaned up in 2021 before going down. He was able to keep a wide base, keep his feet apart, and it really helped him in pass protection to maintain balance. So Cross right here, that was great. Charles Cross is fantastic. Again, you want to see that those feet barely touch the ground. You want to chop them, and then when you change direction, they want you to plant and explode. They don't want to see you get hung up at all. So got to keep that base wide, keep that butt down. It's not bad. It's not great. Shout out the combine. They finally have the live going up on the screen, so I can see who these guys are. Kellen Deesh is a guy that I like, but his feet are getting a little close. Doesn't look like he has a naturally wide base, which could be concerning, but something that you can always work on. William Dunkel, appropriate name. Iquanu, probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive lineman in this class. Dude's a monster, absolute monster. It's too late for that, DJ. My data plan is I'm going through the roof. I'm going through the roof on my data plan. It's not looking good, but it's all good, man. Thoughts on Cole Strange? I like Cole Strange. He did pretty well at the Senior Bowl. That's pretty much the only experience that I have from him. This is Fortner. I like the feet. That was a good rep. I like Cole Strange. I'm interested to see how he tests. I would imagine he's going to test in the higher percentile of the group. He seems like a guy too who's still kind of growing into his frame, even though he's 6'4". I think he's going to be a guy too that still has a lot of growing. I think he's going to get better than what he is already. So someone's potentially going to get a nice steal in Cole Strange if you maybe wanted to grab him in the third. I think he made a lot of money at the Senior Bowl, and he has an opportunity to make more money here. So yeah, that's a guy that I think could definitely vibe out.
Can we just point out that Cole Strange is wearing number 49?
Is he? So I got Rob Shue right here to my right. You actually talked to Cole Strange today too, right?
I did speak with him. I had a great clip on my Twitter.
Go to Rob Shue's Twitter, and you'll be able to see the clip that he got of Cole Strange. But Cole Strange, as he pointed out, is wearing 49. So I think that's a sign. We're vibing already. So don't deny the vibes. Cole Strange wearing 49.
Plus, he followed me back on Twitter, so
he's following all the 49ers. Dude, it's awesome, man. But yeah, Strange is a guy. Coach says, what are your thoughts on Dominique Robinson out of Miami, Ohio? The 6'6" converted wide receiver. He's raw, but Niners talked to him. Yeah, I snapped that picture of him walking through the media hall today carrying a 49ers backpack. And that was my tip off that he met with the 49ers, because there was another guy with him who had a Arizona Cardinals backpack. And I thought that was interesting. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do my little investigative work and just assume that they met. But I did not know who Dominique Robinson was until that moment. But I did a little dive into it, and that's when I found out he was a wide receiver for 3 years at Miami of Ohio before switching to edge his senior year. Didn't put up a ton of production as a senior, but he like the arm length, and I mean he looks the part, every bit of it. So I think that's what they see. They see. I would imagine, and based on the little bit of clips that I've watched, they see basically a blank canvas of, if you get him potentially with the Chris Corsack, and you get him around Nick Bosa, you get him around maybe an Omenahue, Arden Key, and you can refine his technique, because I would imagine if you've only played defense for 1 year, you're going to be raw, very, very raw technically. So that's going to be something that will take time to develop. But being a wide receiver, you got to win off press man. You got to be able to route. You got to be able to sell one thing and counter to another. So honestly, the skill set can translate. But again, it's just going to be clearly a much more physical situation than obviously playing wide receiver. But he's very, very, very intriguing. Again, I really had no knowledge of him until that I snapped that picture today. But he is someone that is very, very intriguing. And listen to the boy DJ. Smash that like button. Appreciate you. Let's see, what drill do we got going now? I don't know if this is like a hybrid screen situation. Again, you're not going to be doing the change of movement on a screen, but concept applies. Keep the wide base. How do you react to someone selling up and countering inside? They want to see how quickly you can react, if you can explode down out of your kick step. I think that's one of the hardest things for offensive linemen that people don't really put into consideration, is when you're moving backwards and then the guy you're going against decides to shoot inside, and you have to plant that foot that's kicking you backwards and then move forward. It's very difficult to master, but once you got it, you got it. So, I mean, this isn't a functional thing, but I would imagine what they're trying to see is, how do you what's your reaction time? What's your feet look like? What's your base look like? And how do you get out and escape? And then reaction time to either left or right of the cone. Have I seen Shanahan yet? No, I have not seen Shanahan. He is not here. He stayed at home because he's putting together a coaching staff at the moment. Kyle's got a lot of work to do on his end, and it makes a lot of sense. There could be a lot of, at least, scheme, maybe not the overall scheme ideology will change, but I would imagine there's going to be a lot of small nuance that changes in regards to the run game specifically. No Mike McDaniel. Again, why I praise Mike McDaniel so much is because I got to watch him game in and game out develop an entirely new scheme by like week 7 or week 8, based on what they started with, and to watch the development of that week in and week out. You got to see how special Mike McDaniel was as the run game coordinator, because everything that I've gathered, that was him putting those schemes together and really leveraging the way these guys work in gap schemes and things like that. and we're able to get the best out of those guys. Obviously, when that gets stopped and they're forced to turn into a straight drop pass, a straight pass blocking situation, it's a different story. But hey, man. So I would imagine we're getting close to being done with the first group. Ed Ingram's been someone I've been following for like 4 years. I think he's a solid player. I just think he's got some off-field stuff that he's dealing with. So it'll be interesting to see how he's evaluated and he's judged. This guy, Braxton Jones, I like his movement ability so far. Now, I'm not seeing great lateral speed, but he does have up and down speed. Jurgen's got those feet, man. He's a good athlete, dude. Jurgens is the best athlete of the first group. Kennard is going to be interesting to see how he moves here. Not terrible, but you can see when he's got to get out and go, it's a little bit of a slow start. It takes a while. I would say Alec Lindstrom is actually, I'm impressed. I feel like what he's shown quick feet, the ability to keep a wide base, to keep his butt down, and he's actually been doing all right. This is my guy right here, Abraham Lucas. Love the choppy feet. I love the change of direction. Your boy's crushing over here. I came to Indy and I'm crushing on some offensive linemen. Let's go. Let's go. Got to love it. Jesus says, Brad, I missed the last stream. Who was your favorite player yesterday? I really like Chase Allen with the tight end group out of Iowa State. He's someone that I had no idea who he was coming into this, but he's going to be someone that I go try to attack the tape on, get a good idea and sense of who he is, because he's 6'7", 250, ran really well, caught really well. He did not have production in college, kind of a George Kittle vibe a little bit. So I'm excited to get into his tape, see what he's about. Connor Hayward solidified himself as a guy that I just love. I have no idea what his transition to the NFL will actually look like. I don't know what position he'll play. We came up with a new position. He's going to play tight back. So it's not a wide receiver running back. It's a tight end running back. He's like a tight end running back hybrid. I really don't know where he'll play, where teams will try to fit him in, but he's just a player. He's a guy that I really like. I was really happy with Khalil Shakur because before the live we were all like guessing what his 40 would be, and his 40 was something that I really really wanted to see because it felt like he lacked a little bit of long speed on tape, but really was the only thing that was concerning from his game that I saw, at least on a first impression basis. I didn't do a full study on him, but first impression, it felt like long speed might have been lacking, but he came out and threw up a fantastic 40. I believe Khalil Shakur put up 4.4340, which is amazing. I thought he was going to run in the 4.5. I said 4.52 was my guess, so he beat me by nearly a whole second. And I think that's the type of stuff that you love to see. You love to see guys that maybe you have some questions on tape, and they kind of come out here and they show you what they're capable of and kind of allows you to check that box like, okay, Khalil Shakur, at least from a long speed standpoint, he's proven it from at least a measurable standpoint that he's got the speed. But yeah, that's a guy that I liked to see. Trying to see who else. Bo Melton, someone I want to go take a look at. Alec Pierce is someone I want to go take a look at. Wandale Robinson, someone I want to go take a look at. Greg Dulich had a day. Also, McBride. McBride, I would say, is solidified himself as the number one. But yeah, those are some of the guys that I like from day one. Let's see. Do we know? So, what's going on right now is the first offensive line group just ended. And so now they're going to bring in the second offensive line group. So basically, what we just saw, they're going to do that all over again with a completely different group of offensive linemen. And then after that, they're going to move to the running backs to do on-field drills. Again, one of the guys in this group that we're going to be watching is going to be Cole Strange. Again, he's wearing number 49. Could be a sign. Let's see. What else? What's my opinion of Cordell Bolson? I haven't watched him enough, but he's someone that I wouldn't mind watching more of. I believe he that's the NDSU right tackle. I don't really have much of an impression on him. I haven't watched any tape or anything. I've seen a clip or two. That's really about it. I would need to see something else. Has any player so far changed your perception of them due to drills? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy Abraham Lucas. Literally, I've never heard of him before, and watched him warm up, and I could tell right away that he just had a solid body type. You could tell he's going to move well. I like that he looked pissed off too while he was doing it all, and then he came out and actually put together a pretty solid situation. There was this tackle. I keep forgetting his name. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I think he was wearing number 21. He was a small school kid. I don't even remember what I don't even think I recognize the name of the school. He's an FCS guy. I want to go back and look at him. From this portion, Fortner is someone I haven't watched on tape, but I saw enough from a movement skills standpoint that I'm definitely going to go look at the tape and have some optimism going into it. I felt like Kellen Deesh did a good job. Offensive tackle out of ASU. Trying to think of anyone who jumped out from that group. I think Alec Lindstrom had a good day.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Alec Lindstrom had a good day today. I haven't done a full study on him at all. Jordan Elliott had asked him earlier in the week about his thoughts of, playing in the outside zone scheme, and his face lit up like a kid talking about, Christmas or something. He was just, elated to be talking about outside zone and, the experience that his brother had being an Atlanta Falcon with Kyle, also playing with Alex Mack in Atlanta. So I don't know. I think I watched a couple clips on, again, it wasn't a study, but it wasn't a great couple clips that whoever put them together pulled. And so I was just, hesitant, but I think he did well enough to prove that he could be someone that could be viable. I still kind of see him as a later round pick, just based on size, but I see him as a primary center for the most part. Let's see. Yes, sir. We're gonna have to make the type back an official thing. DJ wants more likes. Smash that like button. Danny Gray, I didn't get a good enough look at him, but I know he was dusting people. So someone that I want to look at a little bit further. Yeah, that was one of Jordan's takeaways too. Who had gotten the original clip was he's just like is he going to be a future coach? Like you could tell like when guys like are excited and like really about football and you ask them a football question and when they get excited talking about the football question, that's a great indication of someone's passion for the game and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice. Was the tackle coming right there?
I haven't asked yet anyone on the field today any questions. I haven't been
Oh, is he running right now?
I haven't been on the field yet.
You just went on this new group? Shit. Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, this is live. We are live.
That's great. That's a great shot. Did you go to the other side of the wall over there?
Who's my favorite tight end from yesterday? Not gonna lie, I think it might have been Connor Hayward. I came in already being a big Connor Hayward fan, and he came out and had a great, again, showing he's a football player. We're gonna call Connor Hayward the tight back. So Debo's the wide back, and then Hayward's going to be the tight back. He's going to play hybrid tight end, H-back, and halfback. Dude was a returner at Michigan State. He was a running back. He was a fullback. He was tight end. He was wide receiver. Literally anything you could think of. But I also like the Iowa State tight end. I think he was someone that stood out to me and wouldn't mind seeing him a little bit further. Ooh, Justin says he thinks that I'm going to be surprised by Tyquan Thornton's contested catch ability. You can, if you compare that kind of speed with contested catch ability, you had me at hello. I'm a sucker for someone who can go after the football. But yeah, that was group. So we just finished with group 1. I'm probably going to come back live for the start of the running backs. So once the running backs get going, I'll hop back on here and we can kind of watch that whole thing play out. But I appreciate everyone hopping on, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, appreciate you guys.